Welcome to Trading Lounge and the metals, the gold and silver. Let's go ahead and take a look. So on the monthly chart here, we're looking at the top of the wave 3 here as an ABC for wave 4 here, and then looking for wave 3 across the 2000 area there, and then wave 5 wave 5 of 5 heading up higher here, well, higher than the top of wave 3 anyway. So we're looking for 5 waves to the upside here, and let's go into the weekly chart now. So from the weekly chart low here, we've been looking at the market. Just squash this in from wave 4 here as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, back for the fourth wave here, and then we're going up for the fifth wave here. So one of the things in commodities as well is that with Elliott Wave, normally with stocks you'll see the extension in the first wave, but with commodities you can see it quite regularly in the fifth wave, so we need to be mindful of that. And yeah, so our target to the upside is well, our main target to the upside is the 2000 here, major trading level, and yeah, so we should see this push higher. Let's go in and pick it up from wave 4 on the daily chart here. So from this particular wave 4 here, I've expanded the count out a little bit, but still the same 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here, so we'll call that 1 ABC for 2 here, and then we're looking at this as 1 here and 2 here, and then moving up here for wave 3, 4 and 5 here into the 2000 area here, and of course that can go a bit higher up there. That can go up top there because we're looking for the top of, once these 5 waves is finished, that will be the top of wave 3 at that point there. So last time we spoke, we were looking for consolidation at the corrective pattern at the 1800 and minor trading level, and then finding the high here and then dropping down to the second high here. So we can just drop that down to the second high in here for that, and then pushing up from that point. Let's take a look at this particular structure here in a bit more detail on the 4-hour chart here. So picking it up from wave 4 here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1, ABC for 2 here, and then I've expanded this out here. So wave 1 here, wave 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3 and 4 here and 5 here, and ABC for wave 2 here, and here we've got our classic trading levels pattern where we've got the first high above the level, so we have that as our signal to go long on, and then we can go long on the next signal area through here, the stop here. We can move this stop up here, it's not going to be touched now, into this space here. Don't need this here. We're going to see another little pattern unfold across the 1850 area there, which is the midpoint between 1800 and 1900. We've got the Fibonacci numbers as a price ratio of 1, 2, 3 here, 5 and 8. Also with number 8 here, we've got group 2, which comes in at 65 and 72 here. So the 72 here we just normally put in as a coloured line here for no particular reason, just to give it a bit of definition. So 65, 72 in here and 80. So we can expect resistance to play out in that space there, where this little pullback here is a correction at this point here. So let me just I'll just bring a bit, we're on the 100 ticks here, so I'll just bring a bit more data in here for this, just checking out this correction, that's all. Not a big deal. It should pull back around the 38.2% area, which it is there now, but it might just sort of drift into the into this area here. Let me just check this a bit further. Let me just get a count on this, that will solve it. So an A wave down to here, and then an A up here, then this is in 3 waves, so that's a B wave here, and then we've got 5 waves here. A little bit dodgy, a bit of an overlap, but we'll work with that. So basically an A wave here, and then a B wave over here, and then we need to look for 5 waves down here for that. So in that instance here, we can just get some grip on this. Just figuring it out. So we could use this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. That would give us 1 5-wave move here. This here would have to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. That's a little bit dodgy as well, but it's the best we've got. So that's 3 waves down. We're looking for 5 waves down. So we'll probably get a little rally up into this supply zone here of previous wave 4, and then 1 more move down. So as a C wave, 1 and 2 and 3, an A and a B and a C for 4, and then 5 waves down for 5. So we could come down to 1853 area through here. If you wanted to trade long here, then you just need to be above the first supply level here, which is here. So we'll look at 8 here. 8 is a profit-taking number, so we want to be sitting. You want to be sitting on 8. And I mean, it really needs to sit on there squarely, you know. Otherwise, it's just going to come up and touch that and then drop from that point. So just be mindful of that. So if it goes to this point here and then drops, it will be something like the same length as this one here. So I can't really. I can take that from there. So that will take us down to 1852, 1853. So look, it may just drift down to the 1850 and bounce from that point. I'm not quite sure. But if you want to go long, 1858 would be the first place you could move into that area there for that. It is corrective. It's just drifting down, of course, and will push back up. So let's just look at gold again on the recap gold here on the daily chart here. So the target's still up there at 2000, and yeah, so we're just looking for that to continue to push higher there. So you know the little levels in here, you know the midpoint 1850, and then you know the group 2, which is 65, 72 and 80, and then of course you're going to see a dance vibration across the 1900, and then once that becomes support, then we'll be pushing up higher from that point. So the trend line is still intact, and we'll just push higher. Right, we want to have, I'll just save that if that's cool, and then we'll have a look at silver, which is basically the horse has bolted from the gate, unfortunately. So just on the weekly chart here, we noted that this capitulation moved down through here. On the recovery of that, we started to notice a 3-wave structure moving up through here. So on the daily chart here, if you recall, we were looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and then we were looking for a move to mosey on up to the 2000 area there, but obviously the horse has bolted from the gate, and now we're left with another problem, which is you know, it's a bit annoying because we were expecting wave 5 to be coming into here and then just having an A and a B and a C here, if you remember, and then we could just push on. This is where we're going to be pushing into buying here, but obviously we're just too slow, and my fault, of course, and missed it. So what do we do now? So we can look at this in a couple of different ways. We know commodities can extend in their 5th wave, so that's a possibility of this. The other way to look at this too now is if I just go to the 4-hour chart and see if I can get this in here. The other way to look at this, instead of having, we have wave 1 and 2 here, instead of having orange wave 3 here and orange wave 4 here, we look at it as 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here. So in this case, this wave 3 that was sitting here before, we need to bring up here and look at all of the, because this is really quite powerful, isn't it? So, but I know that the market can extend in the 5th wave and the 5th of the 5th, so it might just be the extension there and the end of it, and then drop back to the 2000. Well, That would be nice, but not nice for people that are already in it. So we just need to look at both counts, okay? In that case, so we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and then we go all the way up for wave 3 at 2,500. And in that third wave there, we're looking for 5 waves. So wave 1 here and 2 here, and then looking at all of this is the third wave up here, and then the fourth wave here, and then the fifth wave moving up through here. So we've either got this, or we've got the other case where we can just bring wave 5 pretty much up here further on this. But counting it from wave 2 here, I've got 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 5 waves of third, fourth and fifth here for the third and the fourth, and then the extension here. Now this could also change as well, so I could also unfortunately put wave 1 here and wave 2 over here, and then look at this as wave 3. So that's also a possibility as well. So look, it's I'm just a little bit annoyed with the situation, because I was looking forward to this trade, but it's just gotten away on me, and I'm not going to chase it. So it's probably having a little corrective move in here before pushing higher in this regard. I'll just have a look at the tick chart here for this. The low might be in place here already with an A wave here, B wave here, and then 1 here and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3. That's a little bit thrown out here, isn't it? Look, the easiest way to handle this is always gravitate to the closest largest number, right? If that becomes the support, the 2250, then you can go long from that point there, and your target to the upside would be 2300. But once again, you would also need to be mindful of group 2, which is 65.72, where this whole thing is happening, and 80 there, that's the group 2 there. And then 2300 here is a minor level in here, so we'll just put that in a darker space there. And if it drifts down, well, then the other minor level here is down here. Normally you get good support on group 1, so group 1 is 10, 20 and 30 here. If the number 2 here becomes the retested resistance, that's the 20 here, the 2220, the number, this is group 1, the number 2 within group 1. If that becomes the resistance, you're going to be pulled down to this point here. But yeah, so we'll just see how that pans out there. There should be more legs to this to the upside anyway. It's just a correction. At worst is a pullback. If that's the top there, it could pull back to the 2100 at worst, but I don't think that's the case. I think we need to come a little further up on that than that. The right thing to do would be to take it from this low here, because this, all of this here is really the same. It's all that's all one family here. This thing here is something different here. So the 38.2 would come in at 2138 here. So we could go to, yeah, you could round that off, of course, to 2140. But anyway, allow the profit taking to play out, but the trend to the upside is not finished at that point. So just to recap this here on silver, we've got this count here where we can have an extension in the fifth wave, and we could look at all of this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to finish off up here, which is probably the case. Or we need to reassess this and look at this as 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, and then moving to the upside here. So yeah, look, it was just a little bit annoying, you know. We were sort of, I'd recognise that we had the 5 waves to this, coming up into this point here. I thought I had plenty of time. I thought we were going to get a correction here. I was wrong, and I've missed out on our piece of pie for this. it happens. I don't know what to say about it, so I'll just leave it at that, and we'll just pick up the threads and continue on. Alrighty, cheers.